Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at KillZone Tomb World. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. KillZone Tomb World. There you enter the Necron's domain. In the Nephilim sector, deep below the surface of the desolate planet of Somneft, lies a nasty surprise. The Necron Tomb World slumbers beneath the waste, its dozing inhabitants just waiting for their wake-up call. They'd probably be hitting the snooze button a few more eons, but with all these Deathwatch Space Marines stomping around, they may be forced to awaken sooner than they'd like. Alright, so here we can see the new Tomb World board, and it looks absolutely amazing. So we have a brand new actual board itself. That's going to come with the KillZone inside the new Kill Team box set. And then here we can see a bunch of the terrain. We have the modular walls with the sort of pillar attachment system like we previously saw with Into the Dark, so you can build endless configurations. We can also see some of the various pieces of scatter terrain like the teleporter and the ruins. And then of course we got some Deathwatch and Necrons on the table as well. Kill Team Tomb World contains 2 new teams and a new arena, KillZone Tomb World. Similar in playstyle to KillZone Galadark, it's a collection of modular wall pieces that snap together to create deadly kill corridors and claustrophobic rooms. And it does look like this has been completely reconfigured. Obviously, it's a different aesthetic, but it does appear that they got rid of the top caps, which were some of the issues. And then also the clearances just weren't quite right on the previous set with Galadark and all the Into the Dark terrain. So you had to do a ton of prep work in order to be able to easily remove and reconfigure the setup. So hopefully they have corrected all of the issues, and this one is going to be great right out of the box. Even though there's more Xenos Detrius in these walls, the rules keep things consistent across both sets. So while the Tomb World uses fancy phasing portals for doors rather than good old Imperial hatches, such esoteric thresholds are still labeled as hatchways, and operatives still perform the operative hatch action to use them. Similarly, breachable terrain remains, and it's just as fun to pop out a segment as it ever was. Alright, so here we have a close-up look at the actual pieces in the set. So we can see here that the top caps are gone, and then it looks like they basically just slide into sort of the end caps, which are Necron themed. So basically this will be the female connector pieces here on the ends, and then this is what the male connector pieces will look like, and they'll just sort of push in right here, and then the center cap will just kind of go in the middle right there. So they look much more simple than the other set, and hopefully they go together a lot better than the other set as well. And then the actual aesthetic, so here we can see your typical hatchway right here, and then we have a just kind of blank wall piece. Here we see a bunch of Necrons in stasis in the walls, very, very cool. And then here we see some kind of power core or light source right here. So lots of OSL. These are going to be super fun to play with and paint. And then on top of that, we can see there's still kind of some stone pieces that go over top of the actual metal. So it's going to look like it's worn and tore over time. Games Workshop has killed it with the aesthetic on these. And then moving over to our second page here, we can see some shorter ones. This one has 2 male connectors on the end and 1 female in the middle. This one, same type of thing, but a different aesthetic. This one has some kind of teleporter in it, and the teleporter is actually crafted into the wall. Very, very cool. And then here we can see with the breachable walls. So here we have a regular wall section right here, and then we have the breachable part, so you'll be able to remove a pop-out piece and create a door where there was previously a wall. So it looks like Games Workshop is integrating in all of the previous parts and then adding in some things like teleporters and some other cool dynamics. And then for our third page here, so we have 2 of the smaller walls right here with a female connector on the end and then a door in the middle. And then we can see a little sarcophagus at the bottom. So it doesn't say exactly how many of each of these different pieces will be in the box set, but we have 3 on this page, 4 on that page, and then 4 more on this page. So about 11 total components, if you include the little Necron on the last page. So really 10 different wall sections. And then surely we'll have multiple sprues of some of them. So this is a really nice terrain set. I am super excited for this. You guys know that I absolutely love terrain. It is a ton of fun to paint and an excellent palette cleanser. And the Into the Dark terrain set and just overall gameplay was a ton of fun. So I'm sure this is going to be equally as cool with a Xenos twist.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, terrain, paint tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you.
There's plenty of fun light terrain to scatter across your sector of the Tomb World, including a sarcophagus and some crumbled ruins, and the teleport pad. From the second turning point onwards, when a friendly operative on a teleport pad performs the charge, fallback, or reposition action, they are taken off the battlefield and set back up on the opposite teleporter to complete their move. Any conditions of the move must be honored, no charging to nowhere, and if another operative is on the other pad, you swap places with them. This new Killzone will be supported in the Approved Ops Card Pack 2025, which contains layouts for Killzone Galadark, Beta Decima, Volcus, and Tomb World. You'll get 6 maps for each one, plus 6 non-specific maps with the deployment zones so you can use any layout. Alright, cool. So we have the Approved Ops Card Pack 2025 coming out shortly, and with it we're going to have some layouts for Galadark, which was the previous indoor Killzone, and then we also have Beta Decima, which was the cool multi-level Killzone. Then we have Volcus, which was the multi-floor ruined buildings, and now we're going to have Tomb World as well. So tons of fun for Kill Team. The Tomb World dossiers use all the new terrain in Joint Ops and Adversary Ops missions. In the former, every action will increase the threat level, which in turn will awaken more MPOs and force you to draw new Tomb World event cards. In Adversary Ops, you'll use them as one of the MPO's 2 mandatory strategic gambits. A newly awakened warrior can detach from a wall without warning, setting up in range of a wall section with the appropriate sculpting. Tomb complexes are strange, shifting places that constantly repair and reconfigure themselves, so drawing the maze reforms closes 1 breach point and up to 3 hatchways. Stirring of Horrors keeps the pressure up, increasing the threat level that governs the behavior of the Tomb complex in Joint Ops, and adding new threats to the battlefield in Adversary Ops. Alright, cool. So we have a new sort of dynamic here in the Tomb World event cards, and that's basically going to make the actual board interact with the players. Test your mettle against the Tomb complex and its denizens with the new Kill Team Tomb World box set, which hits pre-orders on Saturday alongside 10 Necron Warriors, 3 Canoptic Scarabsaurums, and the Canoptic Circle Kill Team. And then, of course, the Deathwatch included as well. We've got the new dossier, the board, and the terrain itself. Very excited for this. I am super stoked, and we'll definitely be picking up a couple of these. So let me know if you're excited to try out the new Killzone Tomb World, if you're more excited for the Deathwatch or the Necrons. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments, and as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.